And I want to first of all get your perspective on this new currency that is touted for next year. I don't think it's going to have any impact on the markets, do you?
I really don't think so. The reality of it is that with the new currency, we'll probably just see that, okay, if we have a higher denomination coming in, then it's just going to make the cashless society probably work more.
All right, and I think some people think there might be some inflationary pressure, although that is left to be seen. But let's start with the fixed income space, and I hear a lot of interesting news about how foreign investors are really moving down market today. Hello, Dare, are you still on the line?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I was trying to get your perspective on foreign investors and the impact they're having on our bond market. I'm hearing yields are down significantly over the last few sessions.
Yes, what happened there precisely was last week, Tuesday, when the announcement came out of the London that the Nigerian bonds, specifically 3 of the maturities, are going to be listed in the JP Morgan index. And those for specific the 2014, the 2019, and then the 2022, which is the 10 years. Now,
Right.
you see that when immediately after the announcement, the foreign investors started coming in immediately to position themselves in terms of buying. The listing actually is supposed to be in 1st of October, but considering that they have to position themselves before that time, so you see a lot of them buying ahead before the listing in 1st of October. And that is exactly what happened at the auction last week, Wednesday.
Right.
A lot of them came in and then went into the auction and drove the yield down significantly.
Okay, give us a better sense of the extent of the flows, because I'm hearing that millions of dollars have really poured in over the last 2 weeks. Some people put a number at $200 million at some point. What are your estimates on how much we've seen? Because we've seen the central bank react to that. They are, of course, offering much less than they normally do.
I can confidently tell you that the amount that had flowed in into the markets in the last 2 weeks should be in the region of 350 to 400 million. Actually, it's actually a lot far more than 200 million being estimated. A lot of these flows came in, and majority of them actually did not even get filled at the auction, so they started buying from the interbank market.
And if I am playing the bond market today, what I'm hearing is that the foreign investors are really focused on the 10-year. Where should I be positioning across the curve? We still know that October 1 is the big date when Nigeria's bonds will be added to that JP Morgan index. So there's still a lot of activity before then.
Yes, there's still going to be a lot of activity, but the reality of it is that before the auction, their interest in terms of entry in yield is supposed to be 15.75. But after the auction results, before the auction results, in the local perspective, a lot of them did not have the information. So many of the general view about the auction was that it was actually going to come out much higher than 16.39. Just because before the auction the yield was 16.39. But so majority of the local banks have already gone short, positioning to cover from the auction. But when this announcement came out late on Tuesday and the auction was for Wednesday morning, most of the foreign investors went into the market, went for the auction and bought significantly. So most of the local players did not get filled at the auction. So they were forced to come back to the entire market.
All right. Very quick point. If you can just clarify for me, where should I buy across the curve? Should I also position in the 10-year?
Yes, it's good to position in the 10 years. In terms of duration, about 5.09 in terms of its duration, and so it's still a good one in terms of the bonds that most of the foreign investors will be looking at. But in terms of looking at that also, you have to look at what level would be their worst case entry level. Talking to them across, most of them are already comfortable at 15.3 as their entry level.
Right.
So anything from 15.3 and above for foreign investor might be a buy.